It's the road to the SAMAs32, and in collaboration with Barret Edelstein, Celeb Savant, recorded at Solid Gold Podcasts in Johannesburg, South Africa. Tannah is a South African actor, singer, dancer, and recording artist known for her dynamic stage presence and emotionally honest storytelling across musical theatre and contemporary pop music. Her theatre credits include major productions such as Mamma Mia, as well as world tour productions including We Will Rock You, The Magic Box, and Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats. For the SAMAs, she has been nominated for Best Pop Album called Phases. Tannah, welcome to the Road to SAMAs32. How are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
All good. It's great to see you. We've collaborated in various iterations before. But for now, tell us
Yes.
about the nominated project Phases.
I still can't believe that I was even nominated. I was actually in India on tour with Cats. When I was nominated, I got a message on my WhatsApp and I was just about to get onto the bus. And it was just such a weird realization because I was like, wait, what? Is this like a prank? So yeah, so it's crazy. And I honestly never expected something like this for such a personal project. I really just had this want and need to put out an EP that really represented where I was in my life. So it had nothing to do with, I mean, I didn't even know what the SAMA Awards were. It was just, so it was a big surprise. It was amazing. And especially for something that is so personal to me.
Now, tell us about the inspiration behind the music on the project.
So, with phases, every song kind of represents something personal to me, a phase in my life or something that I've been through. And each like song was written at a different point. I wouldn't say it was all written in one session. We go like, some people I guess can write an album and they were all written at different points in my life. And some songs are represent a much earlier time in my life and some are more recent, but they all encapsulate where like the journey, this thing of being in this crazy weird 20s. I think the song 20s is the best song that really ties the whole album together.
How many tracks on the project?
I think about five.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to like look at it. Yeah, I think it's it's One Look, All the Lovely Things, 20s, Miss Me Too, and the last one is, I forgot what it's called. I'm like
It's okay.
blanking my own song.
It's a blank
Yes.
moment, but it's fine. We'll leave it to the audience to go and Google
Yeah,
and
but
do a
figure
deep
it out.
dive because they have to listen to the album because hello, it's
Yes.
nominated for Best Songs. So, audience, you got some homework for you. Now, the writing and recording experiences. You already mentioned that it was on phases of your life in the different aspects in your world at the time. Tell us about the recording experiences of this project.
So I mean, I like to have the recording studio process for me quite every time I'm in the recording studio, it's quite different. It depends on the song. It depends on the producer I'm working with. Your relationship with your producer is very important, because each producer also has an interpretation that they would like to, for the song to go. And they are, you know, so, so important. And yeah, I kind of just, when I'm in the studio, I like to play around. I like to make sure that I'm like giving takes that are what I thought and what I planned for the song to be, but also takes where I'm like, oh, let's try something different. And I think that's what makes an artist special. And sometimes you go with the the take that was different, that you had like a little voice crack or hoarse, like sound. So it's a very um it's a very cool process because you kind of just playing, you're playing with this material that you've come up with. And some songs take quicker than other songs, and some songs require more vocal technique, which is very important to me. And some are more like artistic, and you explore the artistry. Um, so yeah, it's different for every song.
Now, those little imperfections that you spoke of, a lot of people are looking for those these days because of AI
Yeah.
and everything being polished and perfect. So you referenced the vocal artistry is very important to you. So when those little imperfections happened, were you okay with them happening at the time, or did you have to be convinced to allow them to be as they were for the project?
Definitely convinced because I
Okay.
am quite a perfectionist, and because I am trained for the stage, we always strive for perfection. And it's a different ball game being a professional performer who performs live theater, like something like Cats, where you have to be so consistent. So you always strive for perfection. So when you do make a little oopsie, it doesn't feel good because you know how it feels in front of a huge audience.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I remember watching a documentary on Glee, and I remember
Mm.
the music director, Brad Felchek, was saying that when Leah Michelle, because she had been on West End and, or rather Broadway, since she was a child, and there's a different
Yeah.
singing technique for theater compared to when you're creating music in the pop world. So, how have you navigated those differences in your experience?
It's so funny because that sort of theme has come up in my life so much because as well as like being classically trained in singing, I'm also classically trained in dance. So it's like it's a great basis, and I feel very strongly about the fact that if you're a classically trained singer and a classically trained dancer, you are able to do everything. It's not easy, but you are able to shift and change and you know try and like relax a little bit on the technical parts. And but if you are a hip hop dancer, you can't do ballet. It's not, do you know what I mean in terms of like they let's go back to the singing, but it gives you such a great basis and you understand your instrument so well because as much as it's it's amazing and important to create a beautiful sound, it's important to create a safe, healthy sound. And I think that's not, um, I'm very passionate about this, but I think that's not really explored enough in the pop world because you constantly seeing artists that are injuring themselves and singing with bad technique and because it sounds cool or, so I think that the classical training and the theatrical training is so good, but it's not easy to shift into that
Yeah.
pop. You have to relax more, you have to be able to deal with the imperfections because that's what makes it human. So it's a very interesting topic, and because there are some singers I see people talking about online, like, oh my gosh, I love her raspiness, I love her. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there listening and thinking, oh God, I think she has nodules, you know? So it's very interesting. It's very
Yeah.
interesting.
It's an
Um,
interesting discussion because a lot of people think singing is singing. Doesn't matter the genres, doesn't matter productions. It's all very intricate and very different.
and you can't see this little instrument, So you've got to take care of it so well. It's so important. It's not like an arm where you if you break you can see your arm's broken, you can't see,
Yes.
and it's such a small little muscle.
Beautiful. Now, tell us about the career highlights for you over the last year.
Over the last year.
Yes.
um Honestly, it's been a crazy year, but I would have to say booking Cats and getting to do this show has been such a privilege and a highlight for me because I honestly, before I booked Cats, I always said when I was younger, oh, I'll never do Cats. Like it's the one musical I'll never do. It's too hard. It's too. I always say it's like the Olympics of musical theater. It's just so hard. The way that you have to um sing and dance at the same time is like unheard of. Especially the role that I play. I play a role named Rumpelteazer, and I do this duet with my partner, and we are constantly singing and dancing at the same time, and just navigating all of that. It just feels, at the end of the day, so rewarding because it's just so hard. So when I booked the job, I went in with an open mind because I was like, I was given this role, and I could have not say yes. And it was just the most amazing experience because it feels so rewarding and it feels like you're a part of something so much bigger than you. It's a part of this like legacy. There's so many companies in the world right now that are doing cats, and there's a cats in London and there's a cats in New York, and there's 1,000 Rumpelteasers that have also performed the role. So it's been such a highlight for me, and then having my music, on the side. Well, it's not on the side. It's big, but it's my personal thing. So it's like I take what I learn from when I'm on stage and in that life and bring it into my little music world. So they both are highlights.
Amazing. The significance of receiving a SAMA32 nomination.
It's crazy. I still can't believe it. It's like to even think I'm in the same category as someone like Will Lindley, who's, so big and blown up so much, and he's, just a boy from South Africa. I think it's such an honor to me, and I've learned through the years that it's never about winning. It's about seeing where you land and seeing who you're amongst. It's about being in the room. So it's just, I feel so lucky that I'm surrounded by people that I value and respect and look up to,
Absolutely. Now, without having expectations, because sometimes when there's expectations, they can lead to disappointment and mind talk and so what are you looking forward to for the experience of the night on the 15th of August?
Sadly, I will be in Hong Kong doing cats. Yeah,
Okay,
no, I'm on tour.
So you'll be there
So
in
I'm not
spirit.
even there. I'm there in spirits, and I really, really wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, with the career that I've chosen, I do miss a lot of things, like weddings and parties and birthdays and SAMA awards. So I am, but I'm looking forward to how it goes, and please God, it will be the first of many.
Absolutely, totally agree. Now,
Yeah.
any advice for any emerging artists?
Whew. I feel like I need advice. I think you've got to make sure that you really love what you do, otherwise it's not worth it and you won't put your all into it. If there's anything else that you think you could do, like be a lawyer or be an accountant, rather go do that, because this should be the only thing that you will want to do, and you have to feel it in your soul, because there are great moments like this. It's amazing. I'm nominated for a SAMA and I'm on tour with cats, but there are low moments, where you're not booking a job, or no one's listening to your songs, or you don't know what's going to land. And unfortunately, you don't know what you're going to get each month, each day. And you've got to know in those low moments that the career and the music and the actual craft that you're doing is still something that you love, because you've just got to be doing it for the right reasons.
Beautiful. So, guys, as Tannah says, let music be your passion, let it be for the right reason, let it land. And this is Road to the SAMAs 32, signing out with Celeb Savant, Barret Edelstein.